Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going over our August monthly budget. There are lots of changes that are going to be taking place in August, and I'm just excited to share those with you guys, walk you guys through our goals, our monthly to-dos, our major money goal that we have for August, as well as, of course, our overall monthly budget and allocation of our income and, of course, all of our bills and expenses. So if you're interested in getting the tea on what's to come in the month of August, then please keep watching. Okay, so I will be putting up our August monthly overview screenshot situation over here. This template can be found in my Etsy shop and it's available for purchase and instant download. So let's go ahead and walk through our entire August monthly budget overview. Starting out with to-dos, I believe that I am going to be traveling to my best friend's new place to kind of just see her new house. And also we've essentially worked it out to where the timing of us being there, my husband and me, will be between the weekend of two of my godchildren's birthdays. So we're thinking that their birthday bash is going to be that Saturday on that particular weekend. So normally, realistically, I don't, jump through hurdles or anything to send birthday gifts to my godchildren or really my nieces or nephews or really anybody. But because we're going to be in the vicinity, I'm definitely going to get them a gift. I may just give them cash or take them to pick out something, but that is one of the to-dos that I have for the month of August, which you guys may have never seen before because I don't really prioritize it. I don't know. I'm really funny about gift giving to for like every single occasion, because I feel like at that point all that I would be doing if I gave for every single occasion is giving for every single occasion. So that's one of the to-dos that I do have for the month of August. Also, my mother-in-law's birthday is in August. Normally I kind of let my husband handle that, but really he's not great at like giving gifts to anyone, including me, and he's always like super late because he thinks about things. Well, he doesn't like proactively like go and purchase the gift. Also, he thinks a lot about like the perfect gift, which always has him giving gifts late. So normally I kind of let him handle that, so I'm gonna let him deal with that. He was talking about getting her something like really expensive that she needs, but I don't know if he's still wanting to do that. If that's the case, then we will take the money from savings. But if he is gonna give something like smaller, because normally it's like, well, I don't know what people consider small, but normally we get her like, we've gotten her a TV, a Fitbit, an Apple Watch. That's what she got last year. Like a Bose speaker, like little kind of expensive, but not kind of things like that. Maybe like couple hundred. So yeah, I'm not really sure what the deal is there, but either way, that is something that we have in the month of August, is my mother-in-law's birthday. Next up, as you guys know, we are working on our laundry room. We signed the agreement for the estimate, and then like once we confirm that, then the guys sent us back, like it's kind of like the estimate, so now we have to like sign it and then pay, if that makes sense. I don't know what that's about, why it couldn't be one sweep. But so we are going to be paying for the laundry room renovation in the month of August. Next up, you see two things regarding payoff. So essentially I had to get this camera replaced, and so I put it on our credit card. We put pretty much everything on our credit card, actually, except for bills, but pretty much everything else goes on the credit card because we get cash back. So the two lingering things right now that need to be paid whenever the credit card comes due, which is August the 9th, is a Lowe's charge, which is basically like a bunch of cleaning supplies, and then this camera that is lingering on there too. So again, sometimes when we have plans for August, we'll go ahead and start like checking things off at the end of that. Well, sometimes when we have plans and to-dos for the new month, we'll go ahead and like just be proactive and start working on those things a couple days ahead of time, just because why not? But either way, that credit card payment is due on the 9th, and those are the two things that are lingering on there that will need to be paid. The final to do is a personal one for me. I want to get my hair done, which that's already scheduled. I want to get my nails done. That's not scheduled because I recently just got a fill-in. I also want to get my eyebrows done and I want to get my feet done because they are crusty. So I just want to like make myself look like something in August, and that's why that's on my list of to-dos. So let's go ahead and talk about goals. The first one that I want to complete or do is, so I've been working on my next business venture, and I don't think that I'm gonna launch in August by any stretch. That's not really like something that's on my to-do list, although it could potentially happen depending on how long it takes me to work on it or finish it. So worst case scenario, I do wanna have it completed by August so that I can launch in September. So that is one of my personal financial goals for the month of August. I also want to stay below my allowance. I have been doing well with that so far for I don't know how many months, but I know for sure I did well with that for the month of July. So I want to continue that trend in August and really going forward, because I really like challenging myself. And like I shared with you guys before, I don't really do a lot of personal spending nowadays. All of my spending really goes towards the house. So I'm not doing like lots of frivolous spending on me. It's more like home decor and stuff like that. So that's why I want to stay under my allowance again, because less money I'm spending frivolously, the more money that I can put towards furnishing and decorating my home. Another thing that we want to take care of is any lingering credit card debt, and that kind of goes back to the to-dos. Again, we have two things that we need to take care of in, like, basically our bill is going to be due August the 9th, and that is something that we want to take care of. So I just don't want to move forward past August with any lingering credit card debt like we have right now. Again, I might make the payment at the very end of July, who knows, but really I normally just don't bother with the credit card because it's set up to pay the balance in full every 9th of the month, which is when the credit card is due. So I kind of just let it do its thing. But I did look on there recently, and those two are on there because they just took place, those transactions. So my goal though moving forward is to not have any lingering credit card debt, which honestly this is the first month that we've had any lingering credit card debt. So anyway, I just don't want to continue that trend by any stretch, and I want to go ahead and get that taken care of in August. Next, I have explore new accounts. So I'm thinking we want another checking account. I don't really know why we need more than what we have, but I'm thinking that's something that we want to do, and I'm thinking I want to like reallocate our funds. What I'm thinking, you guys, is I want to start in August. I'm going to start doing it, but it won't look as flawless as it might if we had another checking account. But in August, I want to start paying ourselves. So what we want to start doing, what I would love to start doing, is paying ourselves a certain amount of money and kind of like forcing ourselves to live off of that. And that is going to be in preparation for some of our goals that we have for the rest of the year, and especially going into 2021. I have longed, like nothing would make me happier than to get paid once a month, get all of my income paid to me at the first of the month, so I can go ahead and pay the bills and then move forward with whatever's left and spending that, and knowing that's how much I have to spend on groceries or, you know, whatever kind of, you know, variable spending that's taking place. So that's like my ultimate goal. So I'm going to be trying to move towards that. August will be the first month at attempting that, but I do want to try to start moving towards that for the rest of the year, and especially moving into 2021. So I'm trying it out now to see what we need to do. If you do something similar, definitely let me know in the comment section, because I would love to figure this out. But I'm thinking we'll need to open up one more checking account, and then that would do the trick. But I need to like explore what might be a good account to open, and I don't want another online account. I want another bank account somewhere, but you know, I just need to explore my options essentially. So anyway, that is something that I would like to start working on and have completed by the end of August. Also, as you guys know, we have been in communication with a financial planner and a financial advisor. We are meeting with both of them this week, or just like two of them. Obviously we can choose whoever we want to choose, and we can continue to have meetings with other people, other advisors and planners, to see who might fit our needs best. But we're thinking we may be interested in, we're not really sure. We just want to, honestly, we don't know which of the two would help fit our needs. I am thinking honestly I'm thinking more about the financial advisor being who we need, but I'm also I just don't know. So anyway, I've done a lot of research. I'm joining some Facebook groups to learn about, you know, financial advisors, financial planners, investing, all of that good stuff, because that's kind of where we're headed. So I don't know, but I will keep you guys posted. But I would like to at least have an idea about who we might be thinking about employing or hiring as we move forward with, you know, trying to complete some of our financial goals. So I'll keep you guys posted, but you know, that's kind of like on the to-do list for the month of August. Finally, I'm thinking we will pay off my husband's student loans in the month of August. As you guys know, they are currently in a virus forbearance, which is how a lot of student loan servicers responded to COVID. And so currently my husband's student loans and mine are not due until September the 30th. And also they are not accruing interest. So as long as we have my husband's student loans paid off by September the 30th, that's all that matters. But we're thinking we might be going ahead and doing it in August, you guys, because two of my nieces will be coming back to visit. You guys probably already saw those, saw them because they were here like last month or something. I don't know. Yeah, I think they were here back in June, from May to June or something. So because school isn't starting until after Labor Day, which is not normal for where we live or where they live now, where I grew up, they are thinking they want to come back and visit again, which is perfectly fine. But because they do watch our channel and they know, I mean, they make fun of us for buying everything off brand, and they make fun of us when they're away and when they're here. They do watch our channel and support, and they know that I'm on like a legit financial journey, and you know, that's just what my husband and I are doing, and I constantly remind them of that when they're making fun of us for buying off brand pepperoni. But I'm thinking that we should do it when they're here. Like, how cool would that be to just celebrate with them? And only because they're the only ones that are going to be coming to visit. Like, if there were other people that we could celebrate with and have a huge party or something, we would do that too. But since it's the pandemic, and since my nieces are going to be the only ones coming to visit in August, I think that's what we might do. I'm thinking anywhere between like the second week of August to the end of August, because that's when they're going to be here, I think. So I'll keep you guys posted, but obviously that's one of our major goals for the month of August. So let's go ahead and talk about our major money goal, and then we'll talk about our actual monthly budget. Our major money goal for the month of August is to take care of the laundry room renovation. We had the guy come out last week and he took measurements and all of that. Again, he recently just gave us the quote, so now it's up to us to pay our deposit, and then he'll go ahead and start working on it. It's going to be quite interesting because he's just going to do an install. Well, he's going to build a unit, which is a custom unit, and then he's going to do the install, him and a partner. So like, he won't be at the house. He's just going to build it because he already has the measurements, and then he's going to come and install it, which takes like an hour or so, you know, after he takes down the wire rack, because we just have one wire rack in the laundry room, which we might go ahead and take that down because we think we might paint in there, but we're not really sure. But anyway, we'll have 3 weeks or so, because that's about how long the job will take to do those things. It's going to be a little tricky though, because we're paying only a deposit, and then we'll pay the rest when he's finished, and he's thinking it might take 3 weeks, but who knows, it might not take. I mean, if he doesn't get started until August something, you know, beginning of August, and it's going to take maybe 3 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, then he could also be finishing up in September. So I'm not really 100% sure how this is going to shake out at all, regarding like when the different payments are going to clear our account and all of that, because we're not really sure when we're going to make the different payments. You know, it's just going to be a little tricky because it's really just dependent on how long it takes him when he gets started and how long it takes him to build out the unit. So anyway, that's our major money goal for the month of August. Let's move on 20 minutes later to talking about our monthly budget and our bills and expenses and all of that good stuff. Okay, so first up, we have our total income at $6,000. Again, we're doing something different in the month of August. So this is going to include money from our full-time jobs and also money that we're paying ourselves from the business. So moving into August, the goal is to have 2 budgets. One is going to be a business budget, which is, I've never had like a separate business budget per se, like a real official one, but I have been making preparations for the last few months and fine tuning what that might look like making sure everything's coming out of all business income is going into the business account and making sure all business expenses are coming out of the business account and nothing less and nothing more. So I'm thinking this will work flawlessly. I'm not really sure like my payment plan and what that will look like, but for the most part, we're going to be having 2 different budgets. But like I said, the business one is like fine-tuned. Essentially 35%-ish is going to be saved in the business saving, because I have a business checking and a business saving. Business checking and a business savings account. And then of course I'll have to run the business. I'll have to pay for operational activities, which is normally, you know, about $500 a month. And then everything else will come to us. So that is the plan for the month of August. So that is why our income is at $6,000. Again, moving forward, I want to do this regularly. And I just want to really base it on the projection for the income that we're going to be bringing in for that upcoming month. So I'll talk more about that in a later video, in an upcoming video, but that's just something that I would like to do starting in August. So for which case, if our income is $6,000, then our bills and expenses are the same amount, and that is $6,000, because we do an every dollar budget, which means that we account for every single dollar that we make. So for our mortgage, that is going to be $1,471.46. That comes out automatically every month, and that's just what we pay for taxes and everything all together. So that is the full amount for our mortgage. For our security, which is just for the security for the home, we pay $51.47, and we actually bought all of our equipment up front. So we own all of our equipment. So that's how we pay $51.47, which is a little steep. Some people pay less, some people pay more, but I do want to mention that we don't rent our equipment, which would have made our payment $80-something. We went ahead and purchased it, which we thought would make the most sense. Not so we would pay $30 less each month, but I didn't want to essentially finance equipment. So we went ahead and paid for the equipment. So that's why our payment is $51.47. Next up, we have our electricity, which is $236.99. That is a whole lot of money. I would agree, but, and this is the most that we've had to pay since we've been living in this house for 6 or 7 months. However, we live in Georgia, and this is no worse than what it was in our apartment, which was a third of the size of the house. And you know, we've just been home a whole lot with COVID and everything, and the air is always on blast. So I think that that might be the case also for the month after, in September, but after that it starts to cool down a little bit in Georgia, like moving into October. So hopefully, you know, we can go back to $80, $100, that kind of situation. Next up, we have our phone bill. I went back up to unlimited, so that brought that took our bill up about 15 bucks. So now we're gonna pay $86.50. We do own our phones, and we have prepaid plans. So that's how we pay $86.50 for my unlimited plan, and then my husband's plan, which isn't quite unlimited, but he doesn't use a lot of data. So that's the case there. Cable/internet is going to be what it has been consistently for the last few months, which is $129.34. Water/sewer, I am budgeting 60 bucks, but I'm concerned that I don't know, I don't have our bill just yet. Our bill this past month was $68.99. I'm thinking we have spent far less. We haven't used as much water. So I think $60 should do it. So we'll have to see. Next up, we have our Reckless AF funds. And so what we're gonna be doing is combining our allowances, and we're gonna do that and have that at $250. I think that's gonna work out better for us, just because we kind of like go back and forth. Sometimes I'm a little over, sometimes my husband's a little over, sometimes I'm a little under, sometimes my husband's a little under. So we think it's gonna make the most sense to just combine the two and just see how we shake out at the end of the month. If that doesn't quite work out, then maybe we'll just go back to what we were doing originally, but raise our allowances, particularly my husband's. Next, we have donations/gifts. So this is for small planned giving. So this is really, I'm thinking, will be gifts for my godchildren, and also the gift for my mother-in-law, whatever that might be. We'll see how that how that works out. Hopefully it works out. But if my husband does want to get her that bigger gift, then we'll have to take that from savings for sure. Next, we have toiletries slash beauty. So like I told you guys, I'm getting my hair done. That's the plan. Well, that's already scheduled. My nails done, my feet done, my eyebrows done. And then this also is enough for my husband to get a haircut. He hasn't gotten one in a few months, but he did say today that his hair was out of control and he's probably going to get it cut. So I am putting money in the budget for him to get a haircut, which I do this every month anyway, but that's what that will encompass. Next, we have travel. I am budgeting $150. This might include, it's supposed to include my husband and me going home. Again, we're going home so we don't have to pay for lodging, and we don't have to, well, we're going to my friend's house. We don't have to pay for food really. You know, we might buy a hometown favorite or something. We'll have to pay for gas. And then also, I'm going to bring my nieces back. So that, you know, that might include, we have to pay tolls. And then that might include buying them food on the drive back. It's a far drive. And then also we have to take my nieces back, but that's going to be halfway. And that's just going to be a matter of getting gas. So I think 150 should do the trick. So fingers crossed. Next, we have house. So what you are looking at there is you have, that is the amount for the full price of the laundry room built-in install, and also the Lowe's charge from the credit card. So I don't have credit card payment in here. I just have like the 2 transactions. So the $2,000 would include the Lowe's payment, which is the credit card payment, and then also the laundry room renovation, and then also any like little random stuff that we purchase for the house just regularly. You won't see business in this budget at all because it's going to be coming from the business budget. But in that budget, I do have the transaction or the payment for the camera repair, but you won't see that because it's a part of the business budget. Next up, we have $100. We budget $100 for miscellaneous every month, and we try to stick to it. This is for just random things that come up. Realistically, realistically, a car oil change or whatever isn't necessarily a like random thing that comes up, although getting oil changes is kind of random, but that's just what this, basically the miscellaneous is supposed to capture, any random spending that comes up. Next, we have car insurance, and I have that in bold because I just wanted to remind myself to kind of like elaborate on that. We paid our car insurance in full last month in June because it's July, end of July at the filming of this video. And so we paid the premium for 6 months, so we don't have to pay car insurance again until December. But I do keep it in our budget because it is technically a part of our budget. Next, we have health insurance. This is for my husband and my husband only. Vision insurance for the both of us. It comes out of my paychecks at work, as well as dental insurance for the both of us, as well as my health insurance. But my husband's employer doesn't have a health insurance plan because there aren't enough employees there that would require the people to have health insurance plans or healthcare plans. So he pays for that separately. I have gotten questions about why I don't just put him on my plan, and that is because it is very expensive. Last time I checked, I can 100% guarantee you the lady said $350 per paycheck, and so I almost fell out. So because if she would have said $350 per month, then I would have just did that. But either way, this is just cheaper as just all around, so that's what we do. Next, we have life insurance. So this is policies for the both of us, and we have separate policies obviously, but they come out on the same day because we signed up on the same day, which is shortly after we got married. So that is what that category is for. Finally, we have food slash date. So this is just everything that was left over. And I'm kind of regretting the amount at this point because it was not confirmed until earlier today that my nieces were going to be coming. So even then, I'm not really sure the length of their stay, if they're staying like a week, which they came with their own food money last time because they had it in their head they were going to do a lot of eating out. And so I guess they asked their mom, my sister, if she could send them with eating out money. So that was the situation. So I just had them, like, when they were eating out and trying new foods, which makes sense in a new city and state, I just let them handle that, and they were door dashing food and all kind of stuff, and I just took care of like groceries and whatever. So if that's the case again, then I think we might shake out okay, but we'll have to see. And then finally, of course, we have my student loan payment and my husband's student loan payment. At this point, we are not currently going to be making a payment towards my student loans because they're not due again until October. And then of course, we don't have to make a payment towards my husband's student loans because they are about to be paid off. So that is the situation there. So that is it for our monthly budget. If you add up everything, you'll get $6,000. And again, that is what our net income will be, which means that we have to make a plan for all 6,000. And that is the plan that we have for all 6,000. Our current debt is $12,704.48. And that is how much we owe towards my husband's student loans. Well, yes, you guys know that I have student loans. I mean, obviously I have student loans, but I was just thinking like I just have current debt, but really I mean like the current debt that we're working on. So that, if you're new here, that's the current debt that we're working on, which is my husband's student loans. At the end of this month, we will be a little bit shy of having the money to pay off my husband's student loans, but we can just pull that money from savings, which will be our plan. So I'll have to let you guys know how shy we are whenever July is officially over. But as of right now, you know, we are going to be a little shy, but that's perfectly fine. So that is our financial picture for our personal budget. Again, at this point, it excludes our business budget, but you guys have seen that so many times that, and you guys know like around about how much, you know, I bring in for the business, how much we bring in for the business, and how much we spend for the business. So I feel like at this point, you know, that's not like any big secret or anything like that, but I do think it's going to make the most sense to separate the two moving forward. So that is it for our budget. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.